Palestinian committed a terrorist attack in America last night and is getting no news coverage.
Running through and started killing anybody that got. 100%. That's insanity. As far as any structural, I mean,
I haven't been in yet. I just got here.
Of course I did it on purpose. You think I'm crazy? No, I am not. Because seriously, this is at least what I can do. Because I'm gonna kill myself if I don't do something with watching children genocide every freaking night. And we'll get up in morning, evening, just seeing people dying. Yes, of course. Because if I don't do anything, I'm gonna really have a heart attack sitting in my freaking chair. I can't. This is at least, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just freaking getting my anger out. I can't. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Maybe, yeah. Maybe you should do something. Freaking country support freaking Israel, the #1 country supporting the genocide. Maybe you have to do something about it. Stand up for the right side and really look at the freaking right freaking news. Maybe you should do this.
Yes, sir.
Get your information real quick.
Guys, I'm sorry.
got
I wish I could
out
do
your house?
more for my country.
These are brothers in the building,
seriously,
brothers in the
I
school.
never heard of
Step over here because she's talking too loud.
We are not associated with the white Jews or the Caucasian Jews or none of that over there.
Free Palestine!
I'd like to see her face if I could.
Well, she's not letting me freaking fix my hijab, my cover. Free Palestine!
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left. I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. This is the life that I chose. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. This is the life that I chose. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left. All black is the uniform. Soldiers dead and gone, I'm forever pouring liquor for 'em. born. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for 'em. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks, they call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Shalom, me escucha.
Esté atento hoy a la negra vista a las 9 de la noche.
You heard it, la verdad. Shalom.
You good now? All right, what's going on? All right, Shalom, DC, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out along West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and the truth is that the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We are not affiliated with any other Christian group, Christian church, or Hebrew Israelite group. One West is home of the truth. It's not under Commanding General Yahanna. It is not the truth. What we are talking about tonight is Veterans Day. We're going to get into Veterans Day and how the real heroes, the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, flood Esau's military and for a nation that does not care about them. The history of America shows us time and time again that our oppressor does not care about us. Right. They will do anything and everything to undermine us, to put us on the front line, so they can rid themselves of us by doing all sorts of manner of wickedness and evilness that they can. And once we actually, show heroism in the face of, war in the name of this country, time and time again, they look at us not once again as second-class citizens. They don't look at us as how the way, we're supposed to be treated, like the salt of the earth, like royalty. You know what I'm saying? How many times have so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have just give my bag if you could, Baba Sean. How many times, have we stood in the face of danger for what? And came out honorably and saved an oppressor or two, or a whole platoon, or the whole nation. If it had not been for the Navajo code talkers, I don't know if you know this, but they created an unbreakable code. But a lot of people would think that the Germans had an unbreakable code called the Enigma. But guess what? That was broken. The Navajo code talkers was never broken. That code was never broken. Never broken. And if it hadn't been for, Lord's chosen people being in this oppressor's, military, Esau's military, we'd probably be speaking German right now. Right. We would probably be speaking German or Italian, maybe even Japanese. Right. if you look back at the history of this nation, the red tail, I mean, come on, look at it. It's only these stories are only just really now really coming out. The Tuskegee Airmen, you know what I'm saying? The red tails. About how, you know, a group of black men who were pilots, and that goes to show you, you know, the lies that they put out on us, you know, how the way they say, you know, we were ignorant, we were stupid, we can't learn certain things. It just wasn't meant for us to learn certain things. But we had men who were college graduates who were pilots in the 40s, in the 30s. That's what, 60 years, something like that, 60 some odd years after slavery. And we had already established colleges. We had established, we had continued to do things that we were already doing. You know what I'm saying? We may not have, at that time, when I say at that time, right after slavery, we may not have been, you know, held a doctorate degree, but we were healing ourselves. We were healing massa in them and whatnot. But, and then after that, very shortly after that, we founded towns. We founded schools. We founded, you know, airports. We founded so much stuff for ourselves that the oppressor is just trying to take ownership of all the things that we have, that we've invented, that we've done for ourselves, that they are trying to take credit for. Hold on one second. Adam from TikTok. Adam from TikTok says, does I.S.U.P.K take any doctrine from the earlier Christian texts, such as the dioxy? What I would say is I.S.U.P.K takes nothing from the Christian church. Absolutely nothing. What we take is from the 1611 King James Bible. That's what we take right here. Everything in here is absolutely true. Now, what you're asking is a certain doctrine. What are you talking about in particular when you say a certain earlier doctrines? What in particular do you think, or are you talking about in specific this case right here? Right? Just type it in the chat, and I'll be glancing back over and forth and whatnot. So yeah, just like I was saying, we hold on, I'm gonna send you a article. Okay. Salaka, just give me a hot second. And we're gonna talk about how the way they treat us. We're gonna talk exactly how the way they treat us. Why? Because we fought in all these wars America has had. We fought in all these wars, and more than half of them, majority of the wars, we were segregated, treated like second-class citizens, treated like trash. Whenever we would go to you know, what they call theater, which is the actual boots on the ground in combat and whatnot, they would tell, oh, how about this? I know this for a fact. When we wanted to join the military and we wanted to fight because we loved this country so much, we wanted to actually go out there and prove to the rest of the world, it's really not to the rest of the world, but prove to America that we were Americans and we were capable and willing to fight for the country that enslaved us. Right. This is what we wanted to do. We wanted to prove to our oppressor that we were not what they taught, what they were shoving down our throats. So when we actually joined the military, they segregated us and relegated us to stuff like digging ditches. They regulated us to stuff like, if you don't know, they have like the bathrooms, right? The bathrooms, you would have to dig a hole. You would have to dig a hole, and then, you know, they would set like an outhouse or whatnot on top of that hole. And then after a certain amount of time, they would move that outhouse, dig another hole, move that outhouse, put that over there. Whose job was that? In the beginning, that was our excuse me. So we wanted to actually go out and actually fight in these wars, right? So what, especially in World War II, what the Americans did was, since they weren't allowed to send, you know, send troops over and whatnot, they sent the black troops over and to the French legionnaires. This is true story. This true events. You can actually look this stuff up for yourself. When they sent them over to the French legionnaires, we were fighting under the French's flag. And once we got over there, or even before we got over there, the Americans told the French not to treat us with dignity, with respect. They told us that we were lazy and good for nothing so-and-sos. If you want to mount an offensive, just use us as bait or whatever and thin us out. It doesn't matter. They didn't care about us. This is what they told the French, that once we got over there, we proved everybody wrong. We proved everybody wrong. We fought hard. We fought valiantly. I hope I'm saying that. Hope I'm saying that right. Mm-hmm. We fought with honor. So much so that the French actually, you know, gave us awards, gave us high ranking awards in their military. When the places where we came from wouldn't even let us, you know, walk in a front door of a business. You know what I'm saying? This happened in World War I, and this happened in World War II as well. Buff Jaw 59 asked that question. This happened in both World Wars. All right. So this bit of history actually happened. They sent us over there, and they told the French that we was good for nothing. We couldn't do anything. We just absolutely couldn't do anything and whatnot. It's like I'm just looking over the comments. That dude did not write back in. No problem. No problem. So they also said that we shouldn't they shouldn't treat us right, because once if they would treat us equally or with some sort of respect, we're gonna want to come back home and demand that respect. Demand that respect. Right. So they don't want that for the what they call the colors. They don't want that for us at all. So they even went to lengths and telling, you know, tall tales. When I say, and I use that term loosely, they told everybody who would listen when we went overseas, whether it's the French, the British, the you know, any of the Allied forces, whatever, quote unquote Allied forces, that we had tails. Mm-hmm. We had tails. This was something that they were supposed to be, and they really did believe it until we actually set foot in these foreign lands. And it was like, okay, well, these Americans are lying. These Americans are lying. Yep. We fought valiantly. If you don't believe me, the movie Brave Red Tails tells a story about all black African American, so-called African American battalion who serviced our own planes, who flew our own planes, who serviced the whole base. Why? Because they didn't want anything to do with us. But long story short, we were so good that the white bombers requested the red tails, the so-called niggers. Can I say that?
It's already said.
They requested us. Why? Because we worked with precision. We worked diligently. We worked with what's the word I'm looking for? With discipline.
Right.
Whereas, you know, the oppressor, they just wanted to get, you know, medals put on their chest, and they went out looking for a fight when a fight was going to come, but they went out and went, you know, out of formation. Whenever you're in any type of military, it needs to have some sort of order and whatnot. And what they did, they lost a lot of bombers, the oppressors. They lost. So what I'm saying, bombers. A bomber is a huge plane that has a huge payload of bombs. Okay, can I say that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Salaki. They have a huge payload of bombs, and they make runs into enemy territory and drop their bombs on a certain target. As they're doing that, they're such huge planes, they cannot maneuver and whatnot. So they would send fighter pilot planes up there to go, cut them down. I can say that. They would send them up there to go and cut them down. Now, because they would send them up and go cut them down, they would have escort fighters of their own so that they can defend those bombers. You follow me? Mm-hmm. So they would defend those bombers. Now, the oppressor, like I said, they just wanted to get in such a fight to pin some medals on their chest, and instead of just getting the job done, they would see some. They would, and the Germans would lead them away from their main objective, mm-hmm. and then they would execute the bomber. Now the whole mission has failed. But with the Red Tails, they came in and flew in and didn't have any of that nonsense. They didn't have any of that nonsense. Whenever they escorted, they came back safely. They came back safely. That's what I'm talking about when we, Israel, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, serve valiantly. We serve with honor, you know? And even up until, you know, more recent wars, we were there's a story out right now where this brother was the first Black man to set foot in the Vietnam War. And he did all sorts of missions and whatnot, special duty, special assignments, special forces. He did all that stuff. We're going to read a little bit about this brother.
In the link.
As a matter of fact, Salak, yeah. It's did I say?
The only one you sent me was the one from Yahoo.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
And look at where this brother's from. He's from Maryland.
Just let me know you're right.
Go ahead.
This is from Fox 5. This is Fox 5 News, Washington, D.C. on yahoo.com. Maryland veteran awarded medals for service more than 50 years later.
So he did something that warrants medals. Not a medal. It was warranted medals. And it took 50 years for this oppressor to finally acknowledge him. Now this is something heavy. This is something real heavy right here. Why? Because it said 50. Number one, it's 50 years. That's a long time for anybody to be waiting on medals. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonder that this brother is still alive to receive his medals. It's a wonder that he's still here to receive his medals. Now this goes to show you even more. When did Obama leave office? Was it 2012? No, it was 2016.
2016.
2016. How many years ago was that? 7 years ago.
Almost 8.
Almost 8. Now, At any point, those 8 years that Obama was actually president, when a lot of our people think that Obama was for us, you mean to tell me he couldn't have done this? He couldn't have pressed forward? He's the commander. He was the commander-in-chief. He was the top dog in charge of the military, in charge of the armed forces. That was him. He could have said, hey, give my man his medals. He was the first black man to go into war. And if you had not known, during the Vietnam War, like the life expectancy was something crazy. Something crazy.
If I may too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, before we even dive into the article, it's so heavy to say that it was 50 years later. This brother right here, you know, he was expected to be on time for God Mount and for PT training in the morning, and he was on time for his years of service. But the people that he served wasn't on time with acknowledging, you know, his service. So much so, 50 years later, 50 years later, in America, they think in their mind like this is something where they can pat themselves on the back. You know what I'm saying? We didn't forget about none of our soldiers. The way that our oppressor try to paint the narrative is crazy. We don't forget about none of our soldiers. Even 50 years later, we still give out medals to. Nah, it's the fact that it is 50 years later. I done already, you know, my knees done gave out on me, back done gave out on me. You know what I mean? I done already done been through hell. I'm surprised I'm still alive. And then now I'm receiving recognition for this. These medals hold money. This brother could have been going through all types of, you know, droughts throughout his life. He could have needed a little bit of money, it's a little cash in his pocket. He may not give a damn about the medal, but he could have used it to put some bread on the table, to pay some bills, not get evicted. But of course, 50 years later, these medals, you know, who cares about these medals now? You know what I mean? These things could have maybe something to the brother back in the day. But of course, you know, his service is needed now, but his acknowledgement is 50 years later. That is
50
insane.
years later. that is
insane.
Exactly. You brought up a heavy point. I didn't even think about, you know, it comes with money. It comes with it's not just money. Don't get me wrong. It comes with aid. You know what I'm saying? It comes with medical care. It comes with you know, respect. Salakia. It comes with all of that. You know what I'm saying? For any of you don't know, if you've served in the United States military and been honorably discharged and whatnot, you warrant certain privileges from the U.S. government. You warrant certain privileges. Now, if you win certain medals and whatnot, you're bumped up on that list. When I say certain medals, like he would rate so much stuff, and when I say so much stuff, and just like the brother brought out, he could have been going through a drought within those 50 years. The help that the VA could have had had an impact on that brother is priceless. He can't get that back. He absolutely cannot get that time, that effort back. He can't get none of that back. It's stated that that I want to say over 50% of Americans right now is one medical emergency away from being homeless. One medical emergency from being homeless. Now, do you think this brother may not have been in that demographic, that high percentage? And just think about all the people, not just brothers, but all the people that have come back from Vietnam War. Just that particular. It doesn't matter what you know war we're talking about, but in that particular Vietnam War, it was a crazy time. It was an absolute crazy time. The country turned their back on the veterans. You know what I'm saying? They came back and they had all sorts of mental health issues that the VA could have absolutely 100% helped on. But the VA doesn't even care about its own soldiers, its own, you know, veterans. How do I know this? How many times have you been out getting off on the highway and you see somebody holding up a sign saying, you know, veteran, homeless, we'll work for food. Holding up a sign saying they're a homeless veteran. DC is filled with with veterans that is homeless right now. And the commander-in-chief is living in the same city.
Mm-hmm.
How is that possible? No problem. Something else. But yeah.
From TikTok or from something completely else?
Nah, it's from not something else.
But not from TikTok.
No, it's from TikTok.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we're good. If you could keep reading, Baba Bashar.
Gunner, a Maryland veteran is finally being recognized for his service to the United States more than 50 years later. He was one of the first African-American soldiers to land in Vietnam on a top secret mission.
On a top secret mission. Now, you know, this is what, back in the 60s, 50s or whatnot? First of all, it's an Asian country. If you did not know that, Vietnam is an Asian country. Right? It's not like it is now, where, you know, you can find just about anybody anywhere. In the 50s and the 60s, what in the world is a black man doing in Asia? It's a top secret mission. If he gets caught, there is no plausible deniability. You know what I'm saying? What's a black man doing in Asia? Speaking English.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If he gets caught, that's his life. That's his life. They're going to activate his life insurance policy.
Right.
He gets caught. But he's one of the first in the top secret mission, right? To set foot in Vietnam. Let's keep reading.
Midlothian honors Vietnam veterans who didn't get a hero's welcome home. 50 years ago, Alan Christie and other Vietnam veterans didn't get a hero's welcome when they returned home. This year, Midlothian held a special commemoration for the veterans of the Vietnam War and the annual Veterans Tribute Dinner.
Salaki, real quick, there's a video. There's a video that is going to be played that's about this story right now. We're going to play a video about this. About this. What was that?
No, I was ready.
Yeah.
Now, this brother right here that received this honor 50 years later, was crazy. Like, as well as, like, had it not been for us bringing it out, I don't know nothing about it. And I'm full blown on social media, you know, all these things and above, see all types of statuses and posts and videos and funny this and skits this and skits that. And I wouldn't know nothing about it had this not been the topic and us bringing out the fact that this brother right here was really dishonored, and they thinking of honor was really dishonored and getting a medal 50 years later. I would have known nothing about it, but I would have known everything else about, you know, Keke Palmer and Jada Pinkett and this and that. But I wouldn't have known nothing about this story right here, which is a very, very heavy story. It's amazing to me. You know what I mean? Like that, I wouldn't have known nothing about it. That's you know, that's a problem. 50 years later, I don't know about what my, you know, forefathers, you know, did. That's, you know, that's crazy.
Yeah. We're gonna play a video now.
A Maryland veteran is finally being recognized after more than 50 years receiving medals for his service.
Fox 5 photojournalist
A Maryland veteran is finally being recognized after more than 50 years receiving medals for his service.
Fox 5 photojournalist Patrick Bocard captured that moment for us.
Oh, see, can you see?
Well, we are honoring my father, Sergeant Arthur Martin, one of the original 13 Kennedy boys to go into Vietnam, and he was the first African-American there on a top secret mission.
This is something I look forward to for the last 56 years. My departure debriefing from Vietnam cut off my life at age 25.
56 years later, we were very excited after watching Dad go through depression and other post-traumatic stress disorder. We're so happy that his story is finally able to be told now.
But I never gave up. I never stopped writing. I never stopped challenging the why. Why? I guess why me?
Yes, there were a lot of whys.
But not a lot of answers.
And not a lot of answers.
I lost hope, but I never gave up.
And he's starting to slowly open up and tell us more and more about what he did. And we also want to dedicate this to the first person lost in the Vietnam War, who was also his friend.
To go through that and still never turn hatred inward toward his country, but to sacrifice for his country, stands to the testament to that man's character.
I remember today as the start of another chapter towards what I've longed for since I was a kid, to know what freedom is. That's why I remember this as the next step.
And the home of the brave.
All right, that was tough to watch. That was tough to watch, and the reason why it was tough to watch is because he still loves his country, even though all the sacrifices this man has given for his country, for this country, for all the his youth, giving up his put at risk, I would say put at risk his sanity, because you hear his daughter talking about how the way, you know, he went through depression, he's going through PTSD, you know what I'm saying, and all the other stuff that she did not name right here in this article, right here in this story. She did not name all this stuff, and this brother, he just wanted to be recognized for all the hard work that he's done. And this stinking country can't even acknowledge him in his youth when he went through the turmoil. It was it was 56 years later. So like, let's do some math real quick. So like, what is it, 2023? '67. It was still some parts in United States. Hold on.
That's when he got out. So however many years he served. So
when was the civil rights? 69? Was it 69? I think. Well, it was around this time. So as he was going over there doing a top secret mission and whatnot in Vietnam, there were still some places where he could not even sit. He could not even sit, you know, at the front table. He could not sit on the front of the bus. If he went to a movie theater, he had to go up in a balcony and do that. If he wanted to go into a restaurant, not even a restaurant, but a restaurant or a department store, he had to use a back door. There's certain places that was still his reality. And even that through President Obama, which I don't know if he voted for him or not, or I don't know what his stance was on him or not, but you would think he would have gotten what he was asking for when what black people like to think that Obama was for the black people, because they think he was black, but guess what? He's not. He's an African, and he shows who his allegiance is with. It's not with us. He didn't even get his rewards when Obama was in office. But 50-some odd years later, he still holds on to his time of youth where he was actually for this country, and he still is. You had some?
God, so if I may, this story right here, we done brought up many articles, many stories. But this one I got to say, even for myself, really saddened me. Like I gotta have a drink to this brother, because this one is real sad. Like I said, we done brought out a lot of articles, but it's real sad to hear that brother who was recognized 56 some years later, get to singing the national anthem. And you can hear the crackling in his voice. You can hear the age in his voice. And what makes it so sad is America's going to put this up, get recognition and get, you know, TV play and all this and above. Well, I can guarantee you that they didn't find him and say, hey, listen, we meant to give this to you. I can guarantee you his sons and daughters and his family members went through all types of hell and had to show proof of documentation, this and this and this and that, to go chase this medal. I guarantee that the military did not try to seek him out and try to find him and say, hey, listen, this was yours. We meant to give this to you a long time ago. I can guarantee that his family probably went through absolute hell to track down the right sources to give their daddy or give their granddaddy or their great granddaddy or their great great granddaddy, this brother here, his medal that he earned and he deserved. I guarantee you how much hell they went through. And it saddens me to hear this brother here, you know, who gave his life, gave his body to this place. And like you said, still show his love for this country, singing the national anthem, not even recognizing, like, this is why we say, like, you know, with the number that this oppressor has done on us. This brother waited 50 years serving his slave master, and he's still singing the national anthem.
Yeah, exactly. What this nation, the country that he fought and put his life on the line, his health on the line, his mentality on the line for, did him dirty. Did him absolutely dirty and disgusting. They did him wrong.
So dishonorable.
Why? That's a perfect word. Dishonorable. Why? Because this people is nothing but dishonorable. They're the ones that invented, did you read the fine print? Why they gotta be any fine print? Just tell me what you want. Just tell me the terms of the contract. Plain. If this is what I want from you, I want this, this, and this. And if you do this, it voids the contract out. Why they gotta be in fine print, buried under page 87? Why does it have to be like that? Why? Because the scripture says there is no that Esau is a most subtle beast. What does that mean? That means he's a sly, dirty bastard. And the way they did this brother right here was absolutely horrible, disgusting, and wrong. There is no excuse for it. There is absolutely no excuse for it. The only reason why they did this is because they absolutely hate us. They hate Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And it's a wonder that this brother's still alive and in his right mind to be able to receive this award. Because how many veterans come back from any type of war whole? There's I hate to say this, but there's not a lot of veterans that come back whole. There's some people that can handle it a little better than others, but most of them are not whole. If you know what I mean, they're not whole. They go over there, they fight, and they leave something over there. They leave something over there. And this brother went over there in times where it was, fighting was hot. Fighting was hot. And they totally dishonored this brother. And they said, Sluggy, he said, they said he's not in his right mind. I thought he was. I thought he was. This brother is up in age, and just like anything, Father Time is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? This brother's up in age, and he's just age got him. You know what I'm saying? They did say he lost hope. His daughter said, he lost hope. He was battling depression, battling PTSD. But just it goes to show you how the way he received this medal, he had Stockholm syndrome. He loved his oppressor still does love his oppressor, that he's singing the national anthem as he's getting this reward that should have been rewarded to him 50 some odd years ago. 50 some odd years ago. Let's listen to that back real quick.
To go into Vietnam, and he was the first African American there on a top secret mission.
This is something I look forward to for the last 56 years. My departure debriefing from Vietnam cut off my life at age 25.
56 years later.
From Vietnam cut off 56 years. My departure debriefing from Vietnam cut off my life at age 25.
At age 25, 56 years. At age 25, that his life was cut off. He's been living like this, just wanting to get acknowledgement for his hard work. It's not even just his hard work. He risked it all. There's a saying in Esau's military that says that some, what does it say? It say, all gave some and some gave all. He was out there to give it all. What is that all? His life. He was out there willing, and he put his life on the line by going behind enemy lines. The first ones to go behind enemy lines. And he put his life on the line, and all he wanted was some recognition for it. That's all he wanted. That's all the brother wanted, was some recognition for him putting his life on the line. And he waited over 50 years, and he was battling depression, battling PTSD, fighting those demons. And we all know that in particular, the vets, especially our people, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, vets who came back from Vietnam War, came back with a habit. Came back with one of those habits that was more deadlier than the Vietnam War. In particular, us, our community, my community, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, went over there to fight a war that had nothing to do with us, for a country that wants nothing to do with us. And we go over there and we pick up a bad habits. That's the best way I could say it. We pick something up that many fight, but a lot of them lose that war. They go over there and fight a war with weapons and whatnot, but then they lose the war in their mind. Why? Because we can't even get recognition for what we've done, the contributions that we've done. Can't even get recognition. It takes us 50 years to do that. I know there's the first Black man that got awarded the Medal of Honor took around the same amount of time. It took something like 40, 50 years for him to get recognized. So it's absolutely crazy. Why is this? It's because our oppressor does not look at us as the heroes that we are.
Yep.
Does not look at us as royalty. Does not look at us as somebody who's a man. They don't even look at us like that. So when we ask for our due recognition, it's something similar to there was a story about a Black girl, and I want to say in Scotland or Ireland or something like that, and it was a gymnast competition, and the judge was handing out awards to these 11-year-old girls, or these little girls and whatnot, handing out, boom, boom, boom. Gets to the Black girl, I'm fumbling around, I miss you, boom, and just keep on going. And the little girl is looking like, yo, why you skip me? Why you skip me? I did the same thing everybody else did. I put in work. I should be recognized. Everybody else is getting recognized. What happened? And this is the same thing. This is a simplification of what I'm saying, but it's the same thing. This brother put in work, put his life on the line, and he was not able to get recognized. But for 50 years later, and like the brother, like Brock was bringing out, it wasn't for a lack of trying. It's not like, you know, they just ran across some records. Oh, this brother did this. Oh, we should reward. He didn't get a reward for this. That's crazy. You know what? Call him up. Get his family on the phone. Let's fly him up to you know, DC and whatnot, and then or he's in Maryland. Let's get him out to DC and whatnot, and reward him on Veterans Day. How about this? How about y'all already knew about this for 56 years and whatnot? Why did y'all have to do it on Veterans Day? Why can't I just do it right then and there? Hey, let's do this right now. Let's get you your award. Let's do it right now. Who this brother is old? He's up in age. Who would have known if he would have even lasted this long to get to the White House to get his award on Veterans Day? It wasn't promised to him. You had some?
What shows you it's about money, and it shows you it's about an agenda and not about honor, because waiting till Veterans Day to do this, it may appeal to once again the brother, like understanding this Bible is so critical, because our press is so smooth and so slick. That's like me talking to you and I say, hey, Salaki, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this award. I know I owe it to you right now, but next month now is Veterans Day. More people are going to recognize you if you want to get it on Veterans Day, and let it be to our misjudgment. I'm going to a brother that know no better, or a sister that know no better, going to accept that and say, well, yeah, like, okay, I'll wait till Veterans Day. That'd be more honorable to get it on Veterans Day. Whereas they know what they're doing when they're trying to give you this award on Veterans Day. It's like me trying to help the homeless with a camera in my hand. You know what I'm saying? It's you're not really trying to help the homeless. You just want the attention. America just wants the attention, just want the money, just want to seem like there's something pure and white and holy. But they're not, because like you just said, that's a heavy point. They probably knew about this a long time ago. They said, we're going to wait till Veterans Day. Is that fine with you? Listen, I'm trying to tell you, you should wait till Veterans Day too. If that brother's in his right mind, he should have said, no, I'm already 56 years later. You should have been gave it to me. I want it right now. I'm not waiting on the Veterans Day. Matter of fact, don't even talk about it on the TV. It's too late for all that. The TV went from black and white to color, and y'all still ain't recognizing me. Damn that. Keep it to yourself. Just give me the medal. You know what I'm saying? How much is this worth now? 56 years on this. How much is this worth now? They sold it right to the pawn shop. And it's gracious. 56 years later.
Yeah. It's crazy how the way they treat us openly, and like, why ain't nobody asking why he ain't get it earlier? Why wasn't that in the story? Why wasn't that in the newsroom when they said, well, you know, okay, he waited 56 years. Okay.
Why?
Why? That's a simple question. Why? Why did I have to wait this? Why did it have to be this long? Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they hate us. Esau has a perpetual hatred for us. Now that we know this, we should not serve in Esau's military. We should not serve. Why? Because they don't want you in there. I know so much stories about how, you know, even now, in the 21st century, in the 21st century? Yeah, 21st century. In the 21st century, that we still have, you know, the kind of mentality that this brother went through. We still have this kind of mentality. I used to slave with this dude. He was in the military. He told me, it's not funny, but it's funny. I'm gonna tell this story anyway, right? So it was this one dude, this one Edomite came to work. He's an older brother. He's retired from the military, right? So this young military guy, they was both in the same, you know, military branch, right? He came to the site and whatnot, and, you know, they started hanging out for a hot second. Started going out to bars and whatnot. This is what, you know, the former military does, right? So one day he was talking to me, and he said, you know, the dude got out of pocket for I said. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said he said something off that he shouldn't have said. He shouldn't have said, right? So he said he got up close to him, and he said, "No, let me tell you something." He said he looked him in the eye, he got close to him, like just like that. He goes, "Let me tell you something. Like I was in the army for 23 years, right? And then he was like, this is back in the, you know, I started back in the 80s. He was like, I got a lot of hate in me." You know, he said it, he's like, I got a lot of hate.
There you go.
Watch your step. I was like, man, you told him that? He was like, yeah. And he still had that face on him. He was like, yeah, I told him that. I was like, yo, all right. I was like, what'd he say? He was like, he just looked at me and walked off. Why? Because even though the young dude wasn't even alive at the time when he started, you know, his military career, he recognized that how difficult it was for a black man to be in Esau's military. And he couldn't fight it. He couldn't fight it. He just looked at him. He was like, okay, walked away. Walked away. Esau don't like you. Esau does not like you. He shows it to you all the time. This is yet another story about how much they do not mess with us. That's fine. I'm not, you know, what I'm saying is I want stuff like this to come out even more so that my people can wake up and see how much that they don't mess with us. Why would you want to, you know, befriend somebody who just doesn't want to have anything to do with you? Why would you want to befriend a people that really does not want to have anything to do with you? Let them go on their way and let us go on ours. Right. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of work to do in our own community. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are in a broken state because of those people. Because of those people. Let's focus all of our energy, all of our brain power, all of our, you know, love, all of our sympathy, all of our empathy on one another. So much so that if they were to call him 56 years, call this brother 56 years later and say, hey, we got a reward for you, you know, because of what you did back in the Vietnam War, you could say, he could be like, all right, that's cool. But y'all, you know, it took 56 years. Y'all can keep it. Y'all can keep it. You know what I'm saying? But not knowing, you know, this is part of, you know, this is part of, you know, it's part of our curses. All of this stuff is part of our curses. And like I said, all this man wanted was some recognition for him putting his life on the line. The scripture has something to say about that. The scripture absolutely has something to say about that, because the scripture says, let's get that scripture.
What you look for?
Talking
about early?
Hold that one. The one in the pocket. Hold that one. But no greater love. No greater love has he. And he showed America how much love he has for America. And he still has. He's up there happy that he got this award, this you know, medal 56 years later. Just like you said, he didn't have kids, he didn't have grandkids, possibly had great grandkids.
I got the scripture for you.
You got it?
John 15:13. Greater love hath no man than this.
So greater love has what is his brother's name? Salakia.
His name was Alan. His name was Alan Christie.
Greater love has Alan Christie. No man, did he read that part again?
Salakia. Hold on. Greater love hath no man than this.
Greater love have no man than this. Christie had no love greater than this. And what is his greater love?
That a man laid down his life for his friends.
that a man lay down his life for his friends. Now he believed that his comrades, his brothers, the people that was in his platoon, in his unit, in his branch of service, in his military was his friends. He 100% believed that. And he would lay down his life. And he even said that his friend that he had that was in that unit had passed away. He even said that that one of his friends had passed away, waiting on this award. And that part of that had to do with his depression and whatnot. So even that is saying, you know, read that scripture one more time.
Greater love hath no man than this,
right? That
a man lay down his life for his friends.
Now, if the Bible says, and this is Christ's word saying this, if this country is supposed to be founded by, you know, I don't even say founded. If this country is supposed to be based on, you know, in one God and God we trust and whatnot, it's supposed to be a Christian nation. Christ is saying, greater love has no man that he laid down his life for his friends. He put his life on the line. All he wanted was some recognition for that. Recognition for the greatest love, according to what Christ is saying. And he couldn't even get that. He couldn't even get that for 56 years. Let that sizzle in your spirit. How country uses Wayne used to say, let that sizzle in your spirit. 56 years, man. You do something now, something heroic, and you have to wait 56 years to be recognized for it? Yep. You think his the oppressors that was in his unit had to wait 56 years for this? Do you think they had to wait that? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Now he got an award for his work in that unit. He was not the only man in there. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. Like I said, I reserve the right to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the other men that was in that unit didn't have to wait 56 years. Didn't have to wait 56 years. What's that other one in your pocket for?
I think it's Ecclesiastes 26 and 28.
Let me get that. Let me get there with you, Salakia.
Let me get there.
Let me get there with you. Ecclesiastes 26 and 28. Where are you at? There you are.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 28. There be two things that grieve my heart.
So this is saying there's two things that that the Most High just does not like, right? Keep reading.
And the third maketh me angry.
And this one pisses him off. Just makes him angry. First of all, you don't find out all the things that make the Most High angry, and don't do that. There's a whole list. There's a whole list of things, that makes the Most High angry. You should find those things out and don't do that. Right. Find out what he actually absolutely loves, because we just read one of the things that he absolutely loves.
Right.
Right? And do those things that he loves. But these three things in particular, it's not just three. There's a whole ton of them. But we're going to read these three things. Let's keep reading.
Go on. A man of war that suffereth poverty.
A man of war that suffereth poverty. Come on now. Now, why should a man of war suffer poverty? Why should a man who is willing to go out there and possibly have his life insurance policy activated be suffering poverty? Why should veterans, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American veterans, be out there on the street right now? I don't know if you noticed TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, but when I woke up this morning, it was 30 degrees outside. I don't know if you know, but that's below freezing. Why are veterans, black and white, Israel and Edom, and these other nations, why are they sleeping on these hot grates just so they can keep warm? Mm-hmm. Why are veterans in poverty? There should be no reason why veterans are in poverty.
Right.
You want to know why there should be no reason? Because how much money do they send over to, still right now, how much money they send over to, first I want to say Ukraine. They're still sending money to Ukraine. They haven't forgotten about Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Now they're sending money over to Israel to bomb the Palestinians, to bolster up their activity in the Gaza Strip. While they have veterans that's out here damn near freezing to death, Slocky, they're damn near freezing to extinction. I can say that. Okay, they're freezing, and you got the U.S. and like I said, they live down the street from the commander in chief. How is it that if they live down the street from the commander in chief, that they're not supporting the veterans going through something that is in poverty right now? I know stories about how, you know, veterans who don't have nowhere to turn can't get their medication because of some sort of ailment that was service connected, that they can't even get into the VA to make a claim so they can get their medication. They have to wait there all day. If they're not there an hour, 2 hours before it opens, they're not going to be seen by a doctor. Mm-hmm. Why do they have to go through this? When they put their mentality, their sanity, their life, their limbs, you know how many veterans are out here right now that have no limbs, or you know, or lost a limb, or maimed? Come on now. Why are they in the streets right now? It's damn near freezing. If it's not freezing, technically, it's damn near freezing right now here in DC. Why is that? Yep. Let's keep reading.
A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by.
So they are not set by. You got some? And men of understanding, meaning, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you. Men of understanding that are not set by. Let's keep reading.
And one that returneth from righteousness to sin.
And one that returneth righteousness to sin. What does that mean? One that turneth righteousness to sin. That means someone who is turning from righteousness to sin. It means someone who's actually following the law, statutes, and commandments, who under commanded Yahanna, turns back and go ahead and say, you know, I want to smoke weed. I want to throw away my wife. I just want to be a wicked, evil bastard. I want to continue doing what I was doing before I was, you know, in the truth. All this stuff the Most High hates. You have men who are men of understanding that people are not, you know, following. I don't know why we can't hold, you know, Passover in I don't know what's the largest stadium in the world.
It's the largest stadium.
Whatever largest stadium, you know, in the world. I don't know why we can't hold it there. Why? Because we have people who are not following the orders of Commander General. We have people that are actively going out of their way to go against our leader. That want to be rebellious against our leader. And right now that is Commanding General Yahanna. If you did not know, right now that is Commanding General Yahanna. That's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but it. If you're not under I.S.U.P.K and I.S.U.P.K under Commander General Yahanna, you're just not in the truth. And this is one of the things that the Most High hates. It makes him angry. We're reading it right here. Read that from the top one more time, bro. Sure.
There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry.
Right. So this listen up. This is real quick. Listen up real quick.
A man of war that suffereth poverty.
You know what I'm saying? Just like what's going over, how the commander-in-chief is right down the block from countless homeless veterans. Countless homeless veterans. That is unacceptable. But that's the reason why it's like that is because our oppressor is in charge of us. Is in charge of, you know, the worldly things. The man that's in charge of me, he would go hungry so that I can eat. He would sleep on the floor so that I can sleep in a house on a bed. He would go and not see his family, his children, so that I can be at home with my family and children. That's the leader I have right here in the I.S.U.P.K. He is a general and everybody knows his name. You already know who I'm talking about. You have something real quick?
No, I was gonna say, and on top of that, like with this scripture.
So like real quick, you said a comic book superhero headband on. You did not know we heroes?
Right.
You didn't know that?
Right.
The comic books were made after us.
Right.
But the villains never win.
Right.
Slap, yes.
Nah, you too wild. Nah, get at him. You know what I mean? But nah, for sure, like, nah, it would make that scripture even more heavy, like, basically, like, going off of what you said, if I may. Like, what we gotta understand is the military, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, all these different branches of America and of our oppressor, like, it's ran by our oppressor. So when we look at our soldiers and, you know what I'm saying, the Bible said, like, this thing angers the Lord, a man that of war that suffered poverty. Like, it's these men that went to war for this, and to go fight for somebody, and then to come back and suffer poverty, to come back and have to go through all of the trials and tribulation to get, you know, 100% disability, to get what's owed of you. You know, this angers the Lord. This doesn't happen inside of God's army.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We come up with an injury over here. You a brother, you a sister, you know what I'm saying? You dealing with some affliction over here. Like Commander Yahanna has the wisdom and the righteousness and the brotherhood to make sure that this brother, sister, man, woman, or child is handled properly. And you're not gonna have to go through all sorts of hell and this and that. You're gonna make sure you handle it properly as our brother. Or we looking at you like a son or like a daughter of ours. And we have that same mentality for other brothers and sisters' children. There is no, you know, poverty when it comes to the men of war that's in here. You get a sprain, a bruise, an ankle messed up, or, you know what I mean, your head hurting. I say my head hurting, brothers jump up. You know what I'm saying? I got some Advil, I got this, I got that. You need to sit down, you need a seat, you need a chair. We be at war at camp on them corners. Somebody, we rotating who can sit down and this and that. We asking if brother need water. We offer our water and all our stuff to the brothers that's standing out there for a long time, the sisters and the babies that's passing down by with the strollers. We give it out, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But leave it up to our oppressor. Oh, the men that went out there and the sisters that went out there and fought in their military, they come back and destroy it. Like you said, come back on an addiction. They leave them there to rot. Yeah. They leave them there to rot, like they did not just give their entire body to this thinking behind military just to turn around and come back from war and be treated like nothing. Forget about back in the 50s, the 40s, the 60s, and all that above, when we would come back and they would lynch us, they would hang us in uniform. Yeah. Forget about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand why this angers the Lord. It would anger us just to see it. This is what that video we just played earlier today. And man, I actually sat here and was really, you know, really offended at the fact of, you know, what that took place there. Right. That's offensive that my brother got treated like that by our slave master. You broke him enough to get him to come serve you, and then you do him away like that. Yeah, that offended me.
Dirty. Did that brother dirty. Moreover, I was, you know, as you were bringing this heavy point out, I was thinking of the I ain't even gonna call it a battle. It was an interaction we Officer Kazak had with a brother who was in one of the fake Israelite groups, and the brother was on hard times, and the brother said he was homeless, and he was like, "Yo, you're in a fake group with a leader who does not care about you. Do you think we are allowed to be homeless? You think we're allowed to go hungry?"
That was heavy.
No, we're not even allowed to do that.
That was heavy.
Because our leader, our general, Commander General Yahanna, would not allow us to go hungry. Would not allow us to be homeless. That is not allowed for the men and women of the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
That is just not allowed. It's not allowed. And we know why. We're reading why it's not allowed. You think Joe Biden is going to be sleeping on the floor so that one of his veterans can be housed? Nope. Commander General Yahanna will.
Right.
He's done it. Everything I'm saying, Commander General Yahanna has done it to ensure that we're good.
Right.
Read that. Keep reading that, because this is what the Lord has to say about those people.
A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by.
Right. If you're not listening to the generals, the captains, the officers up in the I.S.U.P.K.
And one that returneth from righteousness to sin.
Right. Someone who wants to go back and continue smoking weed or doing any sorts of filth that they used to do. Right. Keep going.
Excuse me. The Lord prepares such an one for the sword.
What? He said, say that again one more time.
The Lord prepares such an one for the sword.
What does that mean? Christians, what does that mean? The Lord prepares one and such for the sword. That sounds to me like God does not love everybody. That's what it sounds like to me. To me, it sounds like God absolutely does not love everybody. And he's trying, he is not trying, he's going to create hashtags out of these specific people.
Right.
And it's not a mentality. You know what I'm saying? He's not saying he's going to break that mentality so that they can go and do better. No, he's going to prepare the sword for them. He's going to prepare the sword for them, and then they will become hashtags because they refuse to feed the poor. They refuse to honor a man of war.
Right.
They refuse to get understanding. They refuse to fight their demons. That's what this is. And real quick, jump up to 12 and 10. Okay. This is what all brothers and sisters right now serving in Esau's military. I'm gonna leave it with this real quick.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10.
So this is what all brothers and sisters should learn, should understand when you're in Esau's military. If you're expecting something from Esau, if you're thinking about joining Esau's military, if you're dealing with Esau in any way, shape, or form, it's not even just Esau, it's all nations that are not so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. All right? Remember this.
In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy.
What?
Never trust thine enemy.
What?
Never trust thine enemy.
It says never. Never, never, how strong you say? Never, 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 never trust thine enemies. Why?
For like as iron rusted.
Just like iron is going to rust, whether it be high grade or low grade iron, you're going to see rust start to develop. You're going to see it, right? Keep going.
So is his wickedness.
So that means even if they're high polished and high class and they talk with they have a Harvard degree or, some law degree or whatever, and they're, smart and whatnot, what they think they're smart, they have a lot of education and a lot of degrees, it doesn't matter. their wickedness is going to show forth. They're going to show you that they hate you. And they showed our brother here that they hate him. Why? Because they gave him a award that should have been rewarded to him 56 years ago. 56 years ago. But they showed him how much they hate him. And he showed how much he loved them, because he, just like so many of our people has Stockholm syndrome. We have to be told that we're captives still today. We have to be, and who are those captives? Or who are those captors? It's Esau. It's the people that is running the whole earth right now. We should take our love from them, and put it right back on us. That's right. Because that's who we needed to be on, right? And with that, pass the class over to Priest and Officer Barak.
All right, so we got the security announcements, right? We got the security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander Jenny Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocation we have is the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah. You understand? That's the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. That'll be December 7th on a Thursday of this year. December 7th on a Thursday of this year for 8 days. You can find this in the Bible in 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. The Jewish man calls this Hanukkah, but the real understanding of it is Hanukkah in the Hebrew, not the bastard tongue. You understand? Once again, that's going to be held December 7th of 2023 of this year. You understand? If you plan on, this is going to be a big one. You know what I'm saying? Depending on your zone, you want to go on ISUPK.com. You're going to find your school. You're going to find the zone, your city. Whatever city you're in, you're just going to look up the major zone in that city. In that city, on ISUPK.com, you're going to find the number that's attached to that city. Call that number. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for any type of direction, if you want to make it there, you know what I'm saying? If you're Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, you are absolutely invited. Nobody else is invited but you. You understand? If you're Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian, you can come to the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah in the Hebrew. This is your celebration. This is your high holy day. Make sure you're there. You understand? We got coming up at the end of the month, November 23rd, I want to say, through November 28th. You have the Houston Cookout. It's a big party. Big party. Make sure you come out there. The Houston, you understand? They be going down there, the down south cookout, all of the zones on that side of the border. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be holding it down, doing a righteous cookout out there. Make sure y'all tune in if you want to make it. Get your arrangements together. Get your arrangements together. You know what's going down. On top of that, you understand the Lord's 55th annual Passover. I know that's going down for sure. The Lord's 55th annual Passover of 2024. That's going to be April, what is it, 27th? April 20th. So like it, April 20th. Y'all know, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Now's not the time to play around. You are in the end times. Make sure that your agenda, that your notebook, that your planner, that your calendar on that iPhone, that brand new iPhone you bought, and brand new Androids and all that. Make sure you have it set in your calendar to make it to the Lord's 55th annual Passover. If you have a slavery or a job, go ahead this week and submit your days off. You understand? It's April 20th. For that whole week, you understand? For that whole week, you know what I'm saying? If you're able to make it down there just for the day of Passover, that's too wild too. That's good too. You understand? But make sure you go ahead and put in your days. Go ahead and request from your employees. Go ahead and request for them some days off. April 20th. Go ahead and do that now. That's plenty of months.
April 20th is a Saturday. April 21st is a Sunday, which is going to be the
Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Feast of Unleavened Bread. So it's 20th as well as the 21st.
All right, so that's you heard what the brother said, man. The 20th and the 21st, man. Set your calendar, set your plans. There's no excuses. If you don't have the funds, you feel like you don't have the funds, you feel like there's a problem, man, call up your brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. Call us up. We're going to work out some sort of plan to see how we can make these funds come available. It's $200. $200 for every person that is above the age of 17 years old. You understand? Get that $200 in order. Start to save $10, you know, $10 every 2 weeks, $10 every week. You're going to have $200 by the time that comes around. You understand? And that right there is going to be fine for you. You'll be invited to all of the UPK events. We got a UPK all black party that's going down, a paparazzi pull up. You understand? You got the Passover itself. You got General Muhammad teaching the scripture breakdown class. You got the unleavened bread. You got the Sabbath service. It's a big party. And blacks and Hispanics, we love the party. You understand? So please make sure that you make your arrangements now. Don't wait until the last minute. Make your arrangements now to get all of the details down fine. Go ahead and start looking up your flights. If you coming from wherever you coming from, look up your flights. Look up your flights. You understand? See what the price are looking like and start to align these things and put them into perspective. At one point in time in the Bible, if you didn't make it to the Passover, you were kicked out of Israel. You was kicked out. Let's not make the same mistakes over and over and over again. You understand? You may have not known about it last year. I don't know how, because we everywhere. But you know about it now. If you don't know, well, now you know. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, you make sure that you put together, you understand, your gatherings to be able to bring you and your family, man, woman, and child. We got children's parties going on as well. Y'all bring it all down. Children party going up there. You understand? They're going to be watched. They're going to be catered for. They're going to be fed. They're going to be good. Ain't nobody going to touch your child. Ain't nothing going to be, go up missing. This is the Lord's safe haven. And we know how to have a good time, know how to party with no drama, no trouble. You understand? Ain't no guns going off. Ain't no nonsense going on. We having a good time, good music, good lamb. You understand? Good wine, all that. Y'all make sure that y'all tune in for this. You understand? It's going to be the biggest event on the planet Earth. You understand? It's going to be the biggest one. And the Lord's Spirit, the Lord and Christ's Spirit is going to be there. So y'all make sure that y'all are there. Don't miss out on this event right here. You understand? Tonight, 9 p.m., Commander General Yahanna, the leader of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, the leader of the entire nation of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's going full-blown live. 9 p.m., America on Fire Black Watch channel on YouTube. Check it out on the YouTube. Check it out on the TikTok. You know it's going live. Make sure that you go on there. You understand? The Black Watch, Commander General Yahanna, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get in that comment section, run them comments up, get them likes up, share the stream, all of those things and above, man. Make sure that other brothers and sisters get to learn. Give them an opportunity and a chance to learn. All you have to do is like and share the class. That's all you got to do. You understand? With that, anything you want to add on? Most High in Christ. Remind Akim and Akwati to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so on for I.S.U.P.K. events and materials. All right. If you're a brother, if a brother wants to be a trooper in the school and you just start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, a scarf, and with that, I say Abajim, which means to stand. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teacher. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yashar Barakatah,
Yahweh Shem Yashar Barakatah,
Yashmatah, class dismissed. Most High in Christ, good class.